Hello, everyone. Sincerely hope that you all are doing wonderful. Welcome to another Stay Planted Live. I'm your girl Antoinette, and I will be with you for probably about 45 minutes or so. Yeah, while I share this reminder. Give me one sec. Well, we'll listen to Teino from the Mood album. Can't give up despite of whatever is happening, right? So welcome to another Stay Planted program. Of course, for persons who are just joining us, let me tell you a little about Stay Planted. So it is a spin-off from my book called Planted But Needed Water, and it is a platform where we encourage persons. It's a platform where we encourage persons to hear their story. Hey RT Wilmot, greetings. Thank you so much for joining. Yeah. So for the persons who are just joining me, thank you again for the followers. So just to give you an idea, while we wait on some persons to join on. Kavia, thank you so much for coming on, Mama. Okay, so just to give you an idea as to what Stay Planted is, just in the event that you are just joining us. Hey Mandeep, thank you so much for joining. So Stay Planted, it is a spin-off from my book called Planted But Needed Water. So this is a platform. Hey Jamaica teacher, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. This is a platform where we actually interview persons who are deemed successful, or persons or anyone who has a story per se. We kind of give them the platform for them to share their journey. We talk the struggles before the success. We talk the struggles before the success, because oftentimes persons look at you and they said, oh yeah, this person has a lot going on, but little did they know that there was actually some form of struggle. Hey Sandybell 247, thank you so much for joining. Little did they know that, there has to be some form of struggle for them to get to where they are. So Stay Planted was designed just to hear the testimonies. Empress Melanin, High Contrast, thank you so much for joining, guys. And for all the new followers, I want to thank you so very much for staying connected with me. I really appreciate it, and I sincerely hope that the content of my page, or the content of whatever it is that I am posting, that you are truly blessed by it. Hi Sandybell, blessings. Thank you guys so much for religiously being here, and on behalf of my team, we just want to say thank you so much. Thank you as well for the messages that you have been sending me. I have been receiving your messages and your emails, etc. If I haven't responded as yet, I will. So speaking of responding, this book, Planted But Needed Water, it is a true story. Yeah, it is a true story. It's the naked truth. That's the reason why I'm on it, partially naked. It is available on Amazon, also on Kindle. You will be able to get it from there. Thank you again for the support as well. As soon as you get it, please put your review up on Amazon. And again, I thank you so much. Thank you so much for all the supports that you have been giving me thus far. So without further ado, so tonight I will be talking with I will be talking with Teino Evans. Teino Evans, he is a producer and a presenter from the show called, well, I tried to get him on. I see here that he's on. Yeah, he is the producer and presenter from the show called Next Friday. Yes. Normally, he is the one who is actually interviewing persons. He's the one who is interviewing persons. And, but tonight, okay, while I try to get him on, tonight he will be in the hot seat. Yeah. Not the regular interviewing technique. Okay. Not the regular normally use. If you know me from media from back home, this platform is totally different. Totally different. We don't ask any bag of question. We don't come with any only question like Tina would normally do. This is a platform where we actually have him share his testimony. Papa Yolene, I think I'm gonna set like this throughout the whole night.
Okay. I was trying to put where my ring light is, but
that's okay.
I will relocate the ring light.
While you're going to set up, let me finish introducing you. So now this gentleman right here, this man, he is multi-talented. We're talking about editor from former, I'm not sure if he's still at the Gleaner Company. But we're talking about farmer. Yes. So we're talking about producer, presenter. This man is a boy, I tell you, MC. He is also a philanthropist. Yes, he is doing that. He's doing so many work inside of his community as well. Boy, I tell you, I did my more homework here. But I'm not going to tell you anything else. Normally, like I was saying, guys, if you're listening right now, please share the conversation, which including you, Teino. Share this live in your contact so that persons can join in. Because guess what? He is in the hot bench today. Normally, people, let me tell you, he is the one doing and prying into people's business. That's what he does for a living. Check out his YouTube page, go on to him, follow him, and then you can see exactly what he has been up to. But tonight, with all that success, people look at Teino Evans and you say, yo, that young guy, and he's a handsome black man. Sexy, yes, for sure. Ladies, single ladies out there, yes, for sure. But behind all of that and that big smile, behind all of that, there was a struggle, there was a journey getting him to where he is at today. It wasn't easy. And tonight, it is testimony time. Teino Evans.
Boy, Anthony, thanks for having me. And I do hope I will be a good interviewee.
Welcome to the platform, sir.
What's happening?
You know what? It's when I reach out to you and you say, yeah man, yes sir. What? You sure? Because I know that. Because normally when persons reach out to me, right? I have to think about it first and say, why the person want to interview me? I'm not ready yet. And when am I gonna ask me or all of that? But when I said, you have never been interviewed, you've never been in the hot seat unless it's for job reasons. But when
and that would be a very long time ago.
Exactly. So first of all, thank you so much for coming to the platform. Thank you very much for joining me. It was such a pleasure having you here. Teino, without further ado, talk to me. Tell me about Teino Evans. As a boy, where are you from?
Okay. As them says, I'm born under the clock. So I'm from Kingston, Jamaica. Yeah, man. So I grew up, in the city. You know, I'm from Kingston. Grew up in an area called Meadowbrook Estate, and yeah, I mean, it was a normal, childhood, normal life. I attended Meadowbrook High School. You know, it was just up the road, walking distance. So we used to walk to school and then we go there.
What you call normal? What you call normal? Because normal to you is different from me, you know.
Well, true.
What you call normal?
Well, not a lot of drama, and compared to persons who would live in inner city areas, them always are content with the gunshots and the gang violence and them things there. So normal as in fairly quiet upbringing.
Okay. Okay. So you went to Meadowbrook. Talk to me about your family per se though, Teino. You grew up with mom and dad. So you sound like you grew up from a wealthy family, man, and everything did go on good for you. But that means you don't belong on this show then. You don't know what it is like to experience any struggle. You just get your success just like that. No, man.
No, man. Everything in our life you have to fight for it, you know.
No, sir, I don't believe that.
For what you want in this life, you know. Nothing is handed to you per se.
You know, I don't believe that. Not in your case. Not in your case. So like
the thing is, Antoinette, the thing is, you know, when you talk about having to fight for what you want in this life, you know, it don't necessarily mean that you have to fight for find food to eat, but the fight can come in other forms.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't necessarily say the fight was why we have to struggle for find food to eat and then wait. No, that wasn't the struggle. But,
so tell me, what was the struggle, Papa?
Well, alright, to tell the truth, from I go school.
Yeah.
You know, it's a struggle. School, you know, I mean, from being bullied, you know, to teachers, not. No man, yo, when me in a school, you know, me had the shortest youth, the skinniest youth. You know, everybody taller than me. So it's actually since fifth form when I left fifth form, that's when I actually started to shoot up in terms of height. I was the youngest. I was always the youngest in my class, and I was always the shortest or the slimmest. I'm the smallest youth in the class. So from school, even before high school, I was always like the youngest in my class. I guess passed common entrance early. So, you know, there's the advantage and there's the disadvantage because everybody will say, yeah, man, you pass common entrance early, but guess what? When you go high school, everybody bigger than you. You know? Yeah, man. So yeah, and I mean, there were even teachers there, you know, in school that, you know, I don't know when a teacher probably not take you. My friend them can tell you, man. Me get run out of class for no reason. Somebody else get trouble and me, them run out of the class. Yeah, man, but every I look at everything in life, every experience as, you know, a learning process, you know?
Yeah.
And you learn from your experiences, and your experiences do make you stronger.
100%.
You know, so yeah, man. So me give thanks to all of my experience. Yeah, man.
Wow. Well, so bullying in school, at a young age, and you said teachers for whatever reason just didn't like you and they just put you. So how did that affect you as a child, though?
I mean, it kind of makes you. It kind of makes you work harder for prove them wrong. Because a lot of, and I mean, my mother, you know, would tell me, that teachers would say, "Oh, him not come out to nothing, him not go, him not come out to nothing, man." Them man they not
Who
take
would
life
say that?
seriously.
Your mom?
Teachers,
No, the teachers.
teachers would tell my mom this. Like
Yeah,
when parents, you go teachers, parent
meeting.
teachers,
Yeah.
and then the assessment and thing, and teacher must tell my mother said, "Why? Him not come out to nothing." So when you hear these things, it's like you're determined to work twice as hard just to prove them wrong.
100%.
And I remember a particular experience. I wanted to go to sixth form so bad,
Yeah.
And when I got my CXC results, there were decent results, but I remember the headline in the newspaper at the time that summer, Meadowbrook is tops. So it was based on some assessment that was done. That Meadowbrook was in the top ratings among the top schools, and so what you found is that was that persons from Champion, persons from Immaculate, persons from that all them top school who didn't get the 9 and 10 ones.
Yeah.
They they flooded the Meadowbrook sixth form.
Right.
So that squeeze out little man like me when we get my little 5, 6, 7, my 7 subjects,
Yeah.
So because I have 5, 7 CXC subjects.
Nice.
But when you're comparing persons from Campion who get like 9, 2,
9 and 10, yeah.
and 10, 5, 2, and 4, 1, your little 7 subject, them not look for you. So
Nothing.
pretty much, we get squeezed out at sixth form, and yeah, man, that kind of did break my spirit a little bit, because I know that I wanted to go to sixth form, and I think especially my parents wanted to see me in the white shirt, sixth form shirt, But it never happened. So I ended up doing my A-levels at Exted. And again, like my aunt, she was a teacher at Meadowbrook at the time.
Right.
She said, look here, and my mother too, she said, look here, just go to the A-levels and just prove on them. And I ended up doing better at A-levels than a lot of those who were accepted in sixth form. You understand? So, I mean, these things just give it a drive to work 2 times, 3 times harder than, the norm.
I love it because I'm glad that you mentioned that it kind of killed your vibes at a certain point. The fact that you didn't get what that you wanted, but still you pushed to make sure that you, even though you didn't end up in sixth form, you went to another college. This was Excel Community College?
Excel Community College, yeah.
So you went to another college just to make sure that, I probably don't get it one way, but there must be another way to get it.
Exactly.
And the fact that... Go ahead.
No, I'm saying a lot of persons would have given up or not say, "Oh, then now no matter with the A-levels thing, just probably go look at work or something,
Yeah, that is the problem that we have now in today's society, in the sense that people try at something and then for whatever reason they fail at it, and they say, you know what, probably this wasn't for me, and not doing it again. And this is one of the reasons why we have this show, and I'm sure it is similar to yours as well, based on what you do as well. It is definitely similar. People tend to just say, you know what, okay, somebody hit me down the road, so instead of trying a different route to get to where you want to go, is you sit on one place and say, okay, that's it, I'm not moving. So I have to say, as a young man, boy, you have no idea how much I am proud of you. I am so proud. If no one has ever said this to you, Hats
Yeah.
off to you, Papa. I respect you. And congratulations again, man. Reading up on your stories. And that's one of the reasons why I really wanted to hear your testimony as well. Because not only that, you have a good look and the height that goes with it and everything, you have brains as well. And people always think that, okay, based on my looks and everything, it will carry me everywhere. But sometimes you have to, that is not in our cases. That is not in our cases, and you are living proof of that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Real
So,
bad.
so you had the struggle in school, but still you push yourself to do whatever it is that you wanted to do in college. But then you went into journalism, and stop looking at me. I did my research.
No, but I mean, the thing about it, Antoinette, there's like a story behind every turn. So that's why I'm actually looking at you, because there's a story behind every turn. So, it just depends on which one of the stories you want to.
I want to hear you tell me. You tell me. You tell me.
Wait.
This is
Alright,
your platform.
Alright. So the thing about it, journalism.
Yeah.
I can't say I was interested in journalism when when you're in high school and you say what you want to become.
Yeah.
I think on top of my list was like to be a lawyer, right?
Okay.
And so by the time, and many people don't know this, but I'm actually a trained teacher. So I went to teachers college. I went to the Michael.
I never do that.
Right. So I went to Michael Teachers College. So I did 2 years there because I was what you call advanced placement.
Yeah.
So because I did A levels, I was exempt from first year. So I went straight into second year at Michael Teachers College. So,
Nice.
right. So graduating from Teachers College, I taught for a year at Denham Town High School. And I'm say I want to further my education, I want to, go back and do something. But the thing is, me and maths are no friend. So my mother always tell me, I didn't pass maths at CXC. So my mother always tell me, you need a numeric subject to go to UE. Now, at the time, well, I couldn't tell you if it's true or false, or she was just trying to motivate me to do something. So actually, I took up accounts, and I decided that I'm going to love accounts, and I did accounts in a year and passed it.
Nice.
So get my numeric subject. And so when I was looking for and this is the story of how I got into journalism. So when I browsing the different degrees and stuff, what they offered at UA, I was saying, boy, I majored in history and social studies at Michael. I did history at A levels and I did history at PhD. So I've been doing history all my life. That is what I majored in, basically. So I said, I want to do something different. So, I saw a Karamak. And I didn't see any requirements, any prerequisites for numeric subjects. So I said, I try after this one. This look different, And to tell the truth, if I had known that there were so many different levels, barriers to get in, because at the time, you had to do an entrance exam.
Mm-hmm.
And that entrance exam, you would only 30, I think it was either 30 or 60. I think it was 30 persons from the entire Caribbean that would have been accepted.
Mm-hmm.
So based on that entrance exam. So of course, I said, the competition is stiff, but I was already in, I'd already applied, so I'm saying, just do it and whatever happen.
Right.
I got in, so
look at that.
I am saying, this must be a sign, You know, God knows that this must be a sign from God. Say, this is what I should be doing. Because
Right.
I don't think I'm nowhere near the bright spot. Them where always I get the A's and you understand?
Yeah, I get it.
So for me to get in the 30, from the entire Caribbean, that is
That was a
to
blessing.
me, yeah, to me that
That
is
was a blessing.
an achievement in itself.
And
So I started Terma, and during first year, my mother said to me, "I noticed my talk about my mother that
yes,
my mother is like my best friend. Even though I grew up with both parents, and
yeah,
me and the two of them, we were close. They both passed now,
right.
but we were both close. But my mother just called me like my big sister. Then so
I love
we
it.
reason.
I
Yeah,
love
man.
it. I love it.
So my mom said to me, all right, here one, you're studying journalism. How about you get some experience, in the summer, get a summer job? And she actually knew the then managing editor at the Gleaner. So they taught at St. Andrew High School prior. So they were friends before the managing editor went to the Gleaner. So, she called up our friend and, said, yeah, man, come in. So I got a summer job at the Gleaner. And pretty much, as them said, the rest is history because from I went for that summer job and I got it. I've been in the system ever since.
I love it.
Them called me back before I did my last exam in final year. So, them ready. So, that's in a nutshell how I got into journalism by mock-ups, I would say.
Nothing happened by chance.
I was not planning.
Nothing happened by chance.
Yeah, man.
What is for you is for you. And you did a phenomenal job in that field as well. And that's where you were able to start your new business that you have now, your new child that has been doing so well in the social media aspect. Next Friday. But with all of this though, it has to be some level of journey that you actually encounter when you decide that you're gonna branch off and go off on your own. What was that like?
All right. So, all right. So the thing is, I for some time now.
Just before you answer that, guys, if you're just joining us, we're listening to Teino Evans, the producer, presenter, and the owner of Next Friday. Please share this conversation and follow us if you're not following right now. Continue, Teino.
Right. So for some time, I had wanted to, take the next step, and do something on my own for myself, establish my own business. And like my colleagues, well, no former colleagues, at Gleaner will tell you that every year, like for the past 5 years, I've been saying, yo, this year the last year, and next year come and them still see me there, But the thing is, I don't think I didn't quite put my finger on what it is exactly that I wanted to do. When I took that step, and that step was actually what would you say that step wasn't planned.
So somebody shoved you into it. You weren't pushed. You didn't walk on your own. Somebody give you a big push and shove you into it.
And the thing is, I wouldn't say somebody, but I say God. That's your word.
All right, tell me how that works.
Because the thing is, so for the past 5 years, I'm saying, I want to leave and I want to make the next step. And I think really and truly, I'm saying, but they just scared to take the next step.
Okay.
Because I have pretty much all my life been in a 9 to 5, and you know the security and the comfort of having a 9 to 5.
Yeah. We get comfortable and very complacent.
Yeah, and the thing is, it is uncertain when you leave a 9 to 5. It is uncertain. So you're not sure. You know, remember the income not going to be as steady. You know, every month you get on the 25th, you expect your paycheck. You know, when you're doing your own thing, it's very unpredictable as an entrepreneur.
Right.
Especially when you're just starting out.
Yeah,
so
man.
what happened? COVID happened, and 100 of us were laid off from the cleaner.
Okay.
So yeah, you know, so of course, you know, like that was another little phase in my life where I said, you know, what am I going to do? You know?
You're forced to be creative.
Yes. So the thing about it, it ended up being a redundancy.
Yeah.
So after the layoff period, they moved into a redundancy phase, and you know, I actually requested that my position be made redundant. So because I mean, I'm saying, yo, like this is a sign. You can't want a clearer sign than this.
Yeah.
You know, you're scared to make the move, and it's like the move make for you.
Yeah.
So, you know, so I applied and it was granted, and that is no, that's where I begin to say, well, the step make for me, you know, so I have to do something, and you know, think about it, and I mean, the natural step would have been to stay in the entertainment lane.
Right.
Because really, it's 20 years. What do I agree, you know? 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah. When you add up from that first summer until COVID year.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, time to do something for myself, you know, and the natural step would have been to stay in the entertainment lane, because majority of my links and connections would have been in entertainment since I came up through the ranks as an entertainment reporter, journalist, and an entertainment editor. So, you know, all of my links, them majority would have been in entertainment.
So pretty much you have your network right there. God already said, look here, I placed you at a position. I already saw you right here. So right now you have ammunition to grow. So you need to decide what is it that you're going to do from there. And that is some of the some of the challenge that we faced. As I interviewed Golda last week. I don't know if you were watching her interview, and she said sometimes you need that push, and you just mentioned it again. And right now you had the network, you had people that you know, because you have been interviewing these people, reporting these people, and now you use that to form your business.
Right.
So what's up with the pushback that you were getting? I'm sure you must get some form of pushback with that. Tina, where you go with that idea? Foolishness that. Then I meant to say.
Alright, so the thing is, you know, I know somebody have to step correct.
Yeah.
Because when you leave an institution after 2 decades, everybody looking to see what your next move will be, you know.
Yeah.
So I can tell you that the very first episode of next Friday, I was nervous and on edge, and me pick out all the little things where I could have done better, and I said, John, that one I not like, you know, me start find all the faults, you know. But in terms of the pushback, All right, so we're gonna be realistic. A lot of persons,
Thank you.
a lot of persons will say, if you weren't in journalism,
Yeah,
a lot of persons wouldn't really pay any attention because
true.
sometimes it's what you can do for people, right?
True.
So
True.
somebody wants a write up in the paper, or somebody wants this song highlighted, or what have you. You have the backing of a 100-and-odd-year-old institution, you know,
True.
that everybody really, there's no, you can't fight that.
Yeah.
So, so when you have the backing, and I mean, it's just like music with artists and them have to get a big record label to back them.
Yeah.
And then if you try on your own, it's going to be a different struggle, a different scenario.
It's
So
true.
I knew that I had to step correct, when making my next move. And I no longer had the backing of the cleaner. And, again, I like to challenge myself and I love a good challenge. So the first thing I will say to persons, who I reach out to, to interview them, as I declare, I say, yo, I'm no longer at the cleaner or the star, and it's my thing now, I do my own thing now. See? So I introduce it that way and let them decide. And the thing is,
system.
for the first, yeah, so for the first, and I said it to my best friend. He's part of my circle, my support group. Because I have a group of friends, we call them the Ink. The Ink big up on yourself, because I know say someone are there and watch. So, he said, listen, all you have to do is just be you. Just be you, yourself. Because the thing is, when you're at the 9 to 5 job, you go work in a tie and you're dressed to push foot on. You have to keep a certain level of formality.